we're here with 4 2025 college commits from Atlanta Storm who have played together during their club seasons for the last 6 to 8 years. Each of them have chose different schools and have taken different paths, but ultimately all have committed to D1 programs. Girls, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us. My name is Lacey. I go to Lassiter High School. I play attack and I'm committed to East Carolina.
I'm Kaitlyn. I go to River Ridge. I'm a midi and I'm committed to Winthrop University.
I'm LB Croto. I go to Roswell. I play attack and I'm committed to Jacksonville University.
I'm Caroline Toole. I go to Woodstock High School. I play attack and I'm committed to Furman University.
Excellent. And how did y'all get started in lacrosse?
I started really in 4th grade because one of my friends played lacrosse and I thought it looked interesting. So.
I started like the end of 3rd grade because my dad took me out of cheer and made me watch a lacrosse game, and then
I started 6th grade because I quit gymnastics and my dad also coaches lacrosse, so he got me into it.
I started playing 5th grade after I quit soccer because my sister played.
How long did it take before you committed?
It took like a month. I would say. It was short.
Yeah, mine was about a month and a half.
Yeah, I think mine was like a month. I wanted to commit earlier, but my mom made me like wait to see.
I think mine was longer than yours. I think it was like 2 months or a little over 2 months because I committed in the start of November.
That's okay. Everyone's a little bit different with their process. So tell us about your experience playing club lacrosse.
Well, so I played for a few different clubs before I started playing for Storm, but I've been with these girls for like a long time, and I don't think I could be any happier with how my club experience turned out because I feel like I grew a lot and I made some really lasting friendships, so.
My club experience was good. It was off to a rocky start because I kind of sucked, but
Mine was good. I started off with Storm. I didn't try out at first. I made like the regional team, and then Mackenzie and Kayla asked me to play for them one tournament. And now I made these friendships. So.
Mine was really good. I started when Storm just became a thing, so I've been with Storm for a long time, and I think it was really good. I mean, my best friend.
All right, so this is a kind of a two-part. What was your favorite part about recruiting, and what was maybe your least favorite part about recruiting?
Okay, my least favorite was definitely just like the nerve of like feeling like it was like a competition almost. Like, oh, am I gonna get this? Oh, am I gonna get this? Like, when is this gonna happen? That was probably like the scariest part or the worst part. And the best part was like actually finally like finding somewhere that like you really like and you're like, oh my god, like I got recruited there. That's like the best part.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I think the best part was just seeing all the schools interested. I think that made you feel better as a person. And then I feel like the worst part for me, especially, was just like the stress and like Lacey said, like the competition. Just like some days you're like, oh, I didn't compete like I wanted to, and other days you're like, oh, this was great. So I think just stress and constant competition, I feel like.
I think the worst part was the camps because I would get so stressed. Like, they were still fun, but before they started, I would get so stressed and like mental. But the best part is like once it like you realize that it pays off and it's going towards something that's gonna be like your future.
I think my favorite part was, after September 1st, you get to talk to all these different coaches and learn about all these different programs. And it's really nice to finally have that feeling where you sort of click with a program, like I did with Furman. And then my least favorite part would probably be also after September 1st, sort of the uncertainty and how everything's still sort of up in the air. Like, you could talk to a coach one day and maybe like feel some sort of connection there, but then never speak to them again. So it's just kind of like a waiting game.
Yeah, like I know as a parent, like you kind of hoping for, schools that you think might reach out, and then it's kind of like you're up and down, like, oh, this one reached out, but this one didn't, and it's like, so it's just as stressful on the parents as it is on you guys. So what's one thing you're looking forward to about playing in college?
I think just the level of competition, and then knowing that having that level of competition surrounding me with my teammates, and then also the teams we're playing against, and then also being coached at such a high level is like really gonna like up my game.
I'm just excited to like really connect with all my future teammates and like what's the word, like translate it to the field and like play with all of them since it's gonna be like 4 years. So.
I would agree with both, and I think like the level of play and just like faster, because high school's fast, but some games it's slower. But I would just say like the quickness of the play and like the teammates and bonds you make.
Yeah, basically what all they said. Like, I'm just really excited to like have like going to college with a whole like a family basically, and like already have that, and then go on the field with them and play with them for 4 years, and like have that level of competition.
I'm kind of surprised no one said a goal selling where they throw their stick.
Oh
in.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good
yeah.
too.
I've
You
thought
have
of
to
it. I
have
like
that.
pictured that, like just.
Gotta come up with some good ones. So what did it mean to have teammates with the same goals, and how did that help with the process? Like, you guys all had your goal of playing in college. How did that help being surrounded by, girls that had that same goal, and how did it help you with the process?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot. Like, we're all experiencing like almost the same thing. Like, we're all just like, oh my god, this coach is watching our game. Like, oh my god, I'm scared. Or we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, I think it helped a lot. Like, because we're all just like closer
Yeah.
to the experience.
I think it made us less nervous because, like you said, we were all going through the same thing. I mean, we were all obviously still nervous, but I think we also were just able to push each other more.
I think it helps because when your teammates know like certain colleges you're interested in, they try to like set you up during games to make you look better, and like it's comforting knowing that they're also on the same page and like stressed out too.
I don't know, like you guys all said, I think it was nice having teammates, who wanted the same thing as me, who I could also relate to, when things got stressful, when like normally just like my high school teammates or my friends that don't play lacrosse at school, they can't relate to that, but it's
Right.
nice to have someone to reach out to.
So what was it like when we show up to a tournament and we're playing, and you look at the sideline and there's 30 college
Yeah.
coaches on the sideline?
Something
Crazy.
What was that
It's like-
experience like?
It's so cool.
I remember the
It's
first
so
ever
cool.
game that there was college coaches there, and that was so.
I think it just gets
Yeah.
like so real. It's like
Yeah.
you get all
I
these
didn't
pings on your
notice,
phone,
yeah.
and you're like, oh my gosh.
The first
But
people are
is it
looking-
something like, is it an excitement
No, it's-
feeling?
I think it's
is it a
both.
nervous
I think it's
feeling?
both.
because it also pushes you to have like adrenaline, like do better.
I remember
Yeah.
when there was coaches like I would try like so like I'm not like that like
Yeah.
like not
But like
try
you
hard.
still try.
But like I probably did better than I was like, last year when no one was watching.
Yeah.
It was like exciting, but for me, I couldn't look over there, and like I wouldn't let myself look and see like
Yeah.
are there any coaches that I want to see here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if I looked and I knew, then like I
It
knew it
just
would mess me
might
up.
go
So I
on.
just
No,
had to
it's
like
like-
pretend they weren't there.
It's actually that was like kind of my favorite part.
So
like,
so then, like, piggybacking off that question, like, you all have done American Select and you've done other high profile showcase events. What's more stressful, going to an American Select where all these coaches are walking around, or going with your team to an event and random coaches just pop up on the sidelines and you notice it?
definitely like going to like wait
I would say
I would say the
I
high
feel like
profile thing like it's
I
more
would say
nerve-wracking.
American Select is more stressful because I
Yeah.
feel like it's not like a showcase, but also like everyone is trying to showcase their own abilities.
Exactly.
Versus
Yeah.
club,
And I
it's
think
like you're all working
with the
as a
team,
and
yeah.
setting each other up. But American Select is more like I don't know.
It's
not-
yourself.
How are you
basically.
going to stand out?
exactly
Right.
as a,
Because
as
when
a-
you go to
Is it-
everyone
is
has the
it-
same skill as you.
Yeah, it's
so
the
you're
best
like,
girls in the country.
Is it maybe because there's more of an expectation that, so and so coach is going to be here and this school is going to
Yeah.
be here, where when you're with your team, like, you're actually, like you said, you're playing as a team within your team systems, and then you look over and say, oh, there's from that school and there's from that school, just a little bit different feeling.
yeah.
I'll say as a parent, it was kind of cool if you would do something and you did really well,
Yeah.
and you do get the pings on
Yeah,
your
the
phone.
thing is
that
like
is,
the
like, very-
most
I
awesome.
very
I don't
rewarding.
miss those
It-
notifications.
I
As
Yeah.
a parent, that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
You made a play, and then all of a sudden it was like ding, ding.
No, my mom.
ding.
I would
It
always
was really cool.
after the game, I would look at my phone.
We would
Yeah,
all,
I remember that. We would all
in the
look.
car, we would all look and be
He's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's cool. As
It
a
was
parent.
that was pretty cool because it was almost instantaneous. Like, something would happen. And
Feedback.
And
Yeah.
you would all of a
Bing,
sudden,
Like
okay,
you would just
someone
like
noticed.
good and like you're like I definitely got a face.
That's great. So what's some advice you would give 26 that are going through the process?
I would say basically like, don't push yourself too hard. Like, you're gonna find somewhere you want to go. You're gonna find that like place, and even if you don't, like, there's always something for you. and just try your best and have fun with it.
I would say don't settle either. I feel like a lot of girls are so set on one school. So I would say just have your options open. And it's okay if you don't get that one school that you've been wanting, because you might go to the camp or go to the campus and might not be the right feel for you. So I would just say don't settle, like you'll find your home.
I would say, going along with her, like, don't push yourself in a way that you get burnt out. Like, have fun with it and don't stress. And then, what did you say?
Don't
Settle for, like,
Oh yeah,
keep
when
your
you're going to
options open.
camps, like I say, go to different levels. Like even if you think
Yeah.
you're too good for a certain level, like go to every different level of like school just to like get a feel and like how you know, and also just go where you feel like most comfortable and loved.
Yeah, keep an open mind, because I feel like, at least in my process, it was kind of like the best opportunity could be right around the corner for you if you just keep going. Like, people say go where you're wanted, but it's true, because you're going to be happiest at the
Right.
place where people want you to be there.
And you'll know, like if you're ever hesitant, like I don't know, like you'll know.
You'll
when
like
you
feel the.
Like,
It's like a
personal.
feeling. Like
Yeah.
I had a feeling. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the right.
It
place
felt
for
like
me.
home, like honestly.
Yeah,
Just
like already,
absolutely,
yeah.
Right, it feels like you could just like sit there and just.
And don't be
comfortable.
afraid to reach out to people, like older
Yeah.
girls, because I
Yeah.
remember I would
Yeah.
talk to a bunch of 24s who were committed to schools I was interested in, or who I just knew in
Yeah.
general, and I
Yeah.
think it helped a lot just getting there.
And like go to somewhere like I personally, I was like, I want a football school. I want a big school. Like I want something that I would fit into where I can play lacrosse, and I found that place for me.
Well, I know from our perspective is like going on the trips, like, and we usually drive
Yeah.
everywhere. In my opinion, the best thing that we did for Lacey was we stopped at pretty much every college
We
on
stopped
either
everywhere.
81 or
Everywhere.
95
Everywhere you
Yeah.
could
or
think. we
85, because when this whole thing started, we had no idea what kind of school she wanted. And of course, when you asked her, she had certain things in mind, and they might not have been attainable, they might have been reasonable, but we just didn't know. So as we got closer, we started doing all the stops on the trips, and we found a place that she really liked. And I would say, if you're not really sure about what type of school, that would be a great way to get a feel for things
Yeah.
and see what
Just
they look
see.
like. And of course, there's a difference of going like when students are in
Yeah.
compared to when they're on break. You get a better feel for it, but you know that would be my
I think that was
advice.
actually the best thing.
Yeah.
And I liked LV's answer of like go to different levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because obviously you guys all decided Division One, but there are obviously a lot of great schools and a lot of good lacrosse being played, and you might say, "Oh, I want to do Division One," but find a school where it might be Division Two or NAIA or
Right.
even club eventually, where you were saying like the fit of the school. So if it's a larger school, obviously not every school is a large school. So if that's what you want, then maybe you play club if that's
Yeah.
where you're going. But to visit the different levels and go to those different opportunities, I think that helps in the process.
Yeah.
I think it also helps, figure out where you fit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can definitely play here.
Exactly.
This would definitely be attainable, or those type of things. Like the different levels is a great thing, because you don't ever know the opportunities you're going to get.
So girls, do you have any pregame routines or rituals?
Oh, okay, I do. So we do our hair into little braids, and then we listen to music, and then we do yoga before. We always do yoga with Coach Bruner.
We do the hair too. We do ribbon for the girl that passed away at Georgia. And then we do music, obviously, but I also write CD number 4 for Carter Davis.
I'll do like eye black of my number on my leg sometimes. Or last year I did Layla's number when she tore her ACL. And then I always do my braids, and then I always have a Red Bull and Party Rock by the Chipmunks.
So I always listen to music whether we're like on the bus or just like before we have to be at the field for home games. And the last song I always play has to be Rock Lobster by the B-52s. Like, that's my song. It gets me pumped up. And then I put a ribbon in my hair, a little bow.
Cool. This is one of our standard questions we've asked all of our guests so far, so I think it's going to be one of our staples. Is there any rules of the game you'd like to see changed?
I wish that they would make continuous shooting a rule in high school lacrosse, because I feel like you get so many goals taken away because of continuous shooting.
I
And it's just
agree.
frustrating because, I mean, if you get to do it in college, why not just make the game?
Yeah,
Start it
I always find it
earlier.
odd that, the defense creates a penalty,
Really.
but they get rewarded by having the goal taken off.
Yeah.
And 8 meters aren't always a guarantee.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
So
why not?
that's a good one.
Why not just leave the shot?
Wait, I think you're talking about what I was gonna say. Like when you like get a goal, but then they call it back for 8 meters. That
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
if there's
what.
like if there's like shooting space and you shoot and it goes in.
I
it's
also
gonna do
want
it.
to change. I hate how like when you get an 8 meter and you shoot it before, like when you're not in the crease, it's in, but then you get pushed into the crease after the goal and they don't count
It's
that.
a good one.
Yeah.
It still counts that you shot it outside of it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine would be with Ellaby too. I agree with that because I got called a lot.
It's like you're
On that,
shooting it
but
outside. Like
I'm outside, but then they're pushing me in.
After
But then they
you
think I fall in or something.
You can't control if
Yeah.
someone
it
pushes
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You already shot
And
it.
everyone's on my back, yeah. So I have to agree with both of those.
Yeah, mine would be shot clock because the teams that stall
Yeah.
add a little too much time. So
Yeah.
I think we need to.
So one thing that I always find is kind of weird is when someone's lined up for the 8 meter free possession shot, everyone else is on a hash mark around the circle, and then there's 2 people standing on the end line just waiting in case the ball goes by. Like I feel like it would make the game better if those 2 people had to line up on the goal line extended and have to actually run because there's more of a
I feel
skill.
like it's,
I
yeah,
do
it's
like
not
that.
your chance.
Because right now, what's
That's
their only
crazy,
skill is having a longer arm,
stretching,
you know.
yeah.
So
And sometimes it's not even fair. Like I will literally be the farthest one,
And it's hard
and then
to
he's like,
call
no.
it.
And then,
Because
yeah,
I
I
think it
think,
should just be
yeah.
in that case it should just go back to the team.
Yeah, that's true.
okay. Thinking back on your club time, what was or is your favorite club memory?
Give me
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be so.
Wah, wah.
My favorite memory was personally like the team bonding we had
Yeah.
got like during that. Like we would go to Wawa, shout out Wawa, best
Wawa.
place ever. And like I don't know, like going out to dinner together, going to get ice cream together, like just playing in the hotels together. Like that was so fun.
I'd have to agree with that. We'd always go to the restaurant Banditos. That was
Shout out
always fun.
Benito.
And I would just agree with Lacey, like going, just the bonds we've all created, even with some of the girls that like didn't want to play in college or
Yeah.
are like, we've all just created such bonds and we all just like mixed well together.
I liked, obviously, I loved playing with everyone. It was fun. I liked when the games ended, we were all just like either sitting around with each other
Yeah.
or like going to the tents and stuff. Yeah. I forgot.
Buying
what else.
clothes, things sad.
No.
The people. Like you
Yeah.
said, the people make the plays.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would go a lot of different places and
Yeah.
we would visit a lot of different things that maybe I don't think we would do otherwise.
Like,
So
It's
Yeah,
just,
what
such,
did you
it's
do?
just such a unique
We would do
experience.
some random stuff too, but like it's just the experience and just being with each other, I feel like.
And
Like going to the airports together.
Like, do you remember that time
So-
we were in Delaware and we were eating and you got the market price crab?
Like stuff like that.
$99
She did. I remember
Like
that.
that, and we were in like this little fishing town. Like that's not gonna happen.
No, we were
anymore.
staying
Yeah.
in a beach house together. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
and I think you guys had like different experiences together too, right?
Yeah, we
Like,
all like. I was Caroline at one point.
Right.
Ella and Kate. Like,
Yeah.
we all
right,
were,
or
like,
just
Yeah.
mixed, and you just had the different experiences. I know we would stayed at a beach house in Delaware together
Yeah, I
for
remember that.
American Select
That's
one
nuts.
year. So
yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you guys have been friends for a while playing together, but it's more than that. It's more than the wins and losses. It's the experiences. You know, all of your parents. We've all become friends. You know, this group has spawned a podcast out of it. But you know, it's like in 10, 15, 20 years, you may not remember the score of some games, but you're going to remember the crab leg story, and you're going to remember riding your suitcase through the elevator or the airport, you know, things like that. And it's all the silly stuff, you know, making funny vlogs in the minivan, you know, it's you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stories that we could probably tell that would be a little bit embarrassing to you guys, but it's all about the memories. And you know, like I have no regrets. It's expensive and it's time consuming, but I have no regrets of going through that. So
yeah, a lot of great memories, and you know, obviously, as parents, we're all rooting for you guys, and we're going to be excited to watch you guys play and hear about your experiences. And, it's going to be fun for us, kind of like thinking like, oh, I have a little bit of part in Lacey's success and Caroline's success just because we've been hanging out together and we did, the trips
The
and
Wawas and the Ritas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So senior year, what are you most looking forward to senior season?
Oh gosh. Ooh.
I'm
I
actually
think
really sad for it.
Yeah.
I'm sad, but I
Kind of
also
bittersweet.
think,
Bittersweet. Yeah.
but we actually have a junior program this year. We haven't had a junior program in forever.
Yes,
So I'm just like now for once I'm really excited for the future of our program.
Yeah.
Just like because like we're gonna have enough girls to have a
Yeah.
team for the next few years.
That's awesome.
exciting.
I'll go. I guess like not only like me reaching my goals, but seeing them reach their goals for their last season. I think that's like a big thing. And I guess just finishing it out. I don't know.
You want to go?
I don't know. I'm just excited to play with everyone before I don't get to see them again.
Yeah.
When I go
Yeah.
off.
But you guys are the leaders now, so
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's.
That's what
I'm like
I'm
excited
excited
to
for,
be
too.
like the leader and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
And you have
hopefully
special
like
things
leave
like
like a
senior.
kind of like legacy behind us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
it. Yeah.
Like see how it goes from when we leave.
and then I think most of you have at one point played against each other in a high
yeah.
school game.
No.
Well, you played at LB freshman year.
Oh no.
But I'm just saying, like in
No,
general,
yeah.
you've played against someone. What's it like going from being a club teammate and a good friend to now you're an opponent on the high school field?
I honestly don't think it's any
I don't
different.
because I feel like we play each other.
We'll
most
see each like
frequently.
when we played, we're like,
I
oh,
never
I
take
like
it personally.
no.
Yeah, when me and Carolyn,
So, like,
I
it's
feel
so
like I
happened that
always-
one time where I like tripped or something, or you like smacked into
Oh,
me,
no,
and then
this
you're
gotta
like,
be
"Oh, are you okay?" And then you just cut on me.
yeah, I like put on her. I was like, "Are you okay?" No, but I would say I don't really take it to heart. I think
I love it.
I feel like we don't like. I don't really think about it.
Yeah,
I guess I would just play.
the
I
two
guess
of you
me and
lined up
LB.
against each other in the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really think of it. I just kind of played. I didn't really think
See,
of anything.
you don't even-
It
You
doesn't.
probably
It
don't
doesn't.
Do you remember that?
Freshman year.
On the draw circle.
Do you remember? You don't remember that?
That was like
That was
sophomore year.
Sophomore
Wait,
year.
maybe.
You probably don't remember it because Kayla was still there.
Yeah, I think I remember.
No, I get excited when we play each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun to see.
Sadly, I haven't
'Cause
played
it's
like
like-
any of you guys.
Because
I
it's so
know.
different, like.
It's like
roll on a
it's
club
yeah, it's
team
kind of
versus
fun to see how that person sticks
Like,
out
does
with their
it.
team.
Yeah.
It's like I play mini
Like,
and take the
Caroline
Wood
plays
soccer,
mini,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
a
don't do
For
different-
that
Storm, she
anywhere
plays
else.
attack, like low attack, and it's
Yeah.
like wow, like she's very versatile.
So-
Big work for
I
me.
know I've enjoyed watching. I've seen all of you play in high school. I've seen you all play in club. I've enjoyed watching you play in both places. And yes, like Caroline, you play a different role in high school than you do on the club team, and that's great because you're able to be selfless and be a team player, and it shows that you're versatile. So you should be proud of yourself for being able to do that role. Don't feel like you've regressed. It's just a different role. LB, you've been to a state championship. You almost got over the hump. I think you're the only one of the four that's been there. So that's a great accomplishment. So you just keep pushing. You got a good team to work with. Kaitlyn, you've set all kinds of scoring records. You've been on fire since you got into the high school. And sometimes I wonder how is there enough time in the game for her to score so many goals? So it might be difficult for you to improve on your previous goals, but I know you deep down inside you're doing it. And of course, Lacey, you're on a good program. Your teams have been competitive. You've kind of last year you became more of the top scoring threat, and I expect the same this year, out of that kind of performance. And just keep working, and just all of you just try to have the best possible senior year you can and enjoy it, because honestly, like we said earlier, in 10, 15, 20 years you're going to look back and be like, oh, I had a great high school experience. It doesn't matter what your wins and loss records were. So keep working. We're all proud of you.
I think you guys are going to do a great job, and the future's pretty bright. And thank you for doing this and helping us out.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.